And this was our Holiday Inn Express room in Rapid City, South Dakota. I think this hotel might be a little newer. Nice 2 queen beds and a sleeper sofa, so everyone had their own space. It's the 21st day of our 24-day road trip. We are headed back east. Today we're going through South Dakota. We're going to stop at the Badlands, and we should reach Sioux Falls, South Dakota early this afternoon to enjoy a hot tub. All right, we cleaned the windshield off again today, and within a few hours, it will be full of bugs. Here's the view as we leave the hotel at Rapid City, South Dakota. We have a little over 600 miles to travel today. It was 79 degrees in the morning when we left, just after 8 a.m. in the middle of June. 2 of the people on our trip are prone to car sickness. One of them is the driver, and he doesn't get sick when he's driving, but the other one is a backseat passenger. And the lifesaver of this road trip has been the device that she wears on her wrist, and it has prevented her from all car sickness on this trip. She has been able to eat at every stop, where normally when we travel somewhere, she can't eat because she's sick from being in a car. I don't think the one that we purchased is available any longer, but we did originally get it from Amazon, and it is a motion sickness band that relieves nausea. And the way it works is it sends an electrical pulse to the vagus nerve in the wrist. We made that purchase about 3 weeks before the road trip started, and she was able to test it a few times on different trips to town for shopping. And what she noticed was when she wore it, if she took it off as soon as she got home, she would still get a little nauseous just walking around in the house. So she learned to keep it on for longer, just to keep it calming through the vagus nerve, however that's working. And she's had great success with it. I did a quick search. You can still find similar bands. It would just be a different brand name than hers on Amazon. Some of them come with watch features on them also, and step counters. They just cost a little more, but they advertise it for anything like morning sickness if you're on a boat, which we will be next year. And so I think everyone in the family is probably going to have one just to make sure nobody gets seasick. And obviously it works great for car sickness as well. We had the option for 2 different field trip stops on this long driving day. One of them was the Badlands in South Dakota, and the other one was to visit the Ingalls homestead. And last night we had a family vote, and I was outvoted. We canceled the stop at the Ingalls homestead in South Dakota. It was going to add another hour and a half on the road, plus whatever time we spent touring the site. And it's just going to be a long day today and a really long day tomorrow. And nobody wanted to be out late tonight. Everybody just wants to get to the hotel and get in the hot tub if it's available and rest a little bit before we have more miles again tomorrow. So my dream remains unfulfilled. Can't wait to see the Laura Ingalls sites one day. These are the Badlands. I haven't done a lot of research on them and their history, but they are a very interesting geographical formation on the land, but that's all they really are. There wasn't a whole lot of interesting stuff to see except for all these hills. So there you go. This is our little look at them. We only stayed in the area about an hour, driving through the main road and pulling off at a couple of stops and looking at stuff. But that was it. We hit the Badlands and then we kept heading east. We did leave Mountain Standard Time in the morning, and by the time we got to our hotel, we were in Central Standard Time, so we lost an hour on the clock. It was a little over 9 hours of travel, I believe, on this day. We couldn't really find anywhere, pretty to stop for our lunch break. We did have a packed lunch from our coolers. So when we stopped for gas at a Love's gas station, we just pulled around the back afterwards, and I pulled out everything from our coolers, made plates of food for our lunch, and we sat in the car and ate there in the sun, just relaxing for a few minutes, not in motion.
Goodbye, Love's. May we never meet again.
When we reached Sioux Falls, South Dakota, we stopped in at an Aldi grocery store so I could restock some of our produce items into our coolers. And here's the total for our expenses for the road trip today. It includes our gas, the Aldi's, and the hotel that we're about to check into. Shows you how much I know. I booked this hotel just because it had 2 king beds. I didn't realize what else it was going to have. We've got a table, a full kitchen. I'm going to use my cast iron pot tonight to make some burgers and a full-size fridge. I don't have much in there because most of what we have is in our portable cooler. With the power station charging. And then we have someone recuperating from all of his driving. And this is actually a pull-out sofa. And I will show you the bedroom in just a moment. I could be wrong because my memory isn't always the best, but I think this was everyone's favorite hotel on this trip. If we were ever in the area again, we would stay at this hotel. Not just because the rooms are great, but they had the best hotel breakfast out of all the hotels we stayed at. And the hot tub and pool were clean and in working order and able to be enjoyed. This was a Homewood Suites in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And I'll show you the breakfast tomorrow morning or on tomorrow's video. All right, we swam in the pool. 2 people opted for burgers. The other 2 are just going to have peanut butter and jelly toast. We got our bread, lettuce, some carrots, and some bananas and strawberries for dessert. Our kids have never actually watched Wheel of Fortune before. We're just not a big TV family, and we don't like have local channels and stuff on the TV. So it was fun watching that with them to finish our evening. And that's it. We just enjoyed going to sleep, getting a good night's rest because we have probably the longest road trip day of the whole trip tomorrow.